What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Rico Hundo, and we're back at 8 at the Table. And tonight's topic, but actually it's not really a topic. It's more so what's on your mind. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna answer our audience questions. So the first question that we got from the audience is for the fellas. Also, shout out to our guest, fella.
Mr. Lego, what's up with y'all?
Mr. Lego, thank you for joining us. So being that the first question from the audience is for the fellas, I'm gonna dish it off to our special guest. And that question is, would you all, and you, date a virgin female?
Absolutely not, in my opinion. My thing is, I want a woman that has been through some things, because if she hasn't really been through anything, because if you're a virgin, there's a lot of depth that may be missing within your relationship dynamic, you know? So because of that, we're not really gonna have anything in common. So to me, a virgin isn't just somebody who hasn't had sex. It's somebody who hasn't experienced what comes with sex, if that makes sense.
I would date a virgin. We're talking about dating. As I'm gonna be poetic, Rico.
Oh, brother.
But no, I would date a virgin. You know, it's kind of like a job. You gotta get work somehow. So come to Oliver. You know, he's gonna show you the ropes. Meaning, we're gonna date. We eventually gonna have sex, and I actually want to show her. It's kind of like, I know we probably won't end up together, but at least for this moment, because I know me. I'm not gonna stay together with you for a long time, but this is gonna be a moment on your resume.
You're a virgin ruiner.
Oliver's a dirtbag, and then it comes out.
No,
I'm gonna let me ruin your life.
I'm just saying that no. When you're gonna come recruit, you gotta kiss a few frogs before you get to your prince, right? So with this frog, and I'm claiming mine, is that you're gonna learn. We're gonna have some good times, the do's and don'ts. We're gonna have some good sex, and that's it on your resume. You know what? From this year to this year, I was working doing this. And then, you know, eventually she'll date you, and with the work you said, and it'll be thanks to me.
Damn, it's really hard thinking about it.
Can I ask y'all a question though before you say what you say, Reed?
It depends. Is it gonna take me off of the tangent?
Quiet. No, it's not. Why is everybody acting like dating a virgin is a problem?
Thank you.
I'm just lost. Like, when did dating a virgin be trash?
So here's the thing, right? I'm not gonna lie, right? There's two sides of you, because a younger Rico, I used to always say, and I regret saying this, that I wanted to date a retired thought. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm the same way.
Because the sex would be great, but you know,
Hopefully.
More likely than not.
No, don't say that.
Nah.
It's an untapped market.
Nah. When you got experience, you correct your errors.
Pun intended, untapped.
But
But
you know, you could tighten that up. A couple dollars, you did it.
Couple dollars.
You can tighten it
Dollars,
up.
you can tighten it up.
Yes, you
but
can.
the point that I'm trying to make is,
Danny is derailing us. You notice this, right?
So
This is why I want a virgin. Virgins don't talk.
but that's another thing. So look, I would date a virgin if she was a woman that was a virgin because she was waiting to be married. I would not date a virgin if she was just a virgin, because after you lose your virginity comes curiosity. But if she's a virgin with intentions to saving her body for a man to be married to, I would date her, I would marry her, I'd teach her, I'd mold her to the sexual experiences that I like, because she really doesn't know, you know, outside of that.
It sounds poetic.
And no, but it's real, because if I get a girl who's 24 right now and she's a virgin, and she lets me smack, and then I smack, and then after that she's like, well, this is kind of lit, and then she's like, well, I wonder what he's like.
Right.
And then they got friends like Jada, is like, yeah, you should try him. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Come on, girl. So the question is, what as a woman, like, how would I describe what sex feels like to me? I mean, unfortunately, some people are gonna say it's like doing the homework project, the group project by yourself. You know, you have to do all the work. Wow. Some people said that it's like yawning and the yawn doesn't happen, or sneezing and the sneeze doesn't happen. Like, there's a lot of buildup, and you be like, ugh.
Who you asked this people in? Albuquerque?
I got this. But for me, I'm gonna say I think it just depends. Now at this age, my shit is right. But when I was younger, and I wasn't very vocal, and I wasn't like comfortable enough to be vocal and direct and specific about what I wanted, I would say it was probably much like, you know, getting out of school early, but then just having to go home and like sit in the living room. You know, there was no fun involved after the excitement of getting out of school early, you know.
If you ever go outside to the woods and you grab a stick,
What?
the driest stick.
This don't sound like a good
Like
story.
These are analogies.
And you beat somebody
No,
with
no,
it.
no.
A living room and a stick.
Right, like that or like that. Like, no, I'm kidding. I'm
Views
kidding. I'm
expressed on
kidding.
this.
I'm kidding. Okay, so when a man knows what he's doing, I've expressed this before, and he understands the importance of foreplay, and he takes his time, or he doesn't even have to take his time. If he just knows where a woman should be touched, it can be euphoric. It can feel like, oh my God, like it don't matter if I come. If you put that penis in me right now, it's gonna be a whoosh, like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But that's why women sometimes we don't care if we don't get to the point of coming, because if you did what you're supposed to do in the beginning, everything will be okay. Now, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, and you out here just getting drunk and giving girls D and, you know, whatever, and it feels like, okay, you ever try to, okay, so men, try to imagine shoving your penis in, this is a dry girl, okay? A girl that you didn't give any foreplay, no head, no nothing, you just giving her dick. It will feel like you're trying to put your penis in, I don't have a penis, hold on, let me try to think.
In sand?
Not even sand.
A condom?
Something that's not malleable.
Yeah, it's like Play-Doh, I don't know, like, I don't
Pie.
know. It just feels like,
I just want to say, y'all ladies'
Y'all don't like
analogies
sex?
got me. Danny,
Like-
please, Danny, please.
what does
save
that
your-
feel like to you?
Analogies.
Danny, please, Danny, save your
Yeah.
female counterparts.
Save us.
Sex for me feels good.
Okay, I
The
like
right,
that.
like when you feeling it feels good. Like, you know, when you just like, it's just like a connection. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
think we
when
all
you
in the
just
bedroom
you just drink some Henny, and then you have some weed, and then like you putting it in, and then he grab on your nipples at the same time, and he just like not when you do it too hard. There's some position you can't go too hard, but there's some position like when he's really hitting it, when you're about to come, when it's playing in your mouth.
And choking
Danny,
you
open your
out.
eyes. Open your eyes, Danny.
She didn't open her
No,
eyes
I think
one
sex
time.
is great.
Ooh,
Like,
child.
you know, sex is not always, you know, yeah, there is bad sex. Like, you
There's a
say
lot
that.
of it.
But there is,
We talk about the good things. You're so
but there is
negative,
also
Danny.
a lot of good sex. But you know where y'all get confused. That sex is not just penetration. It's everything from the touch to the dude
I can
hold
see
you
that.
to the
I just
kissing.
want to know what it feels like.
Like it feels like you like a tight thing, and then going between, like the stick is going between your meat, but it's like, and like, you know, like the little thing, you know, like the little thing is like elastic, but that is going in like.
Well, at least he's explaining it. At least.
Like, you know,
Interesting to really hear.
but it
For
feels
women to be
like, okay,
descriptive,
boom,
they're not
I got it. It
descriptive.
feels
Keep going.
like sex feel like pain, but it's good pain.
yeah, because it
There
hurt.
you
That's
go.
it.
It hurt.
All right, so I am Monique Unlimited. Ask the fellas, what if your girl wants a girlfriend?
You want me to go?
Yeah. That's what
I was looking at me, I was like,
Listen, if my wife wanted a girlfriend, I probably would have no problem with it.
Why is that?
I like shit like that. Like sometimes you could tell yourself because you're getting married, so you don't do things that you probably would normally do or you would want to do because you're trying to please the next person too. So you don't act on certain things that you would probably normally act on. But if she said she had a girlfriend, I wouldn't have no problem with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? As long as it's a part of the whole party and what we're doing together, as long as it's
It
not
might be a
something
loaded
separate.
question. She said, your girl has a girlfriend,
Right,
not
not
y'all
you.
have a girlfriend.
Hey.
She has a girlfriend to herself. That's what I'm
Listen,
thinking.
but you know why y'all are thinking that? In my mind, that's not even possible because she already know what I'm dealing with.
That's so
It's not. So if she's coming to me with a girlfriend,
switch now?
it's definitely not separate. She
Right.
already knows what time it is. She's coming to talk to
You
me.
would feel some type of way. Yeah.
If it was her girlfriend, then we wouldn't need to be. No, it's our girlfriend.
No, she said you out of it.
No, if she says it's her girlfriend, no, then we definitely got a problem. It's not her girlfriend because when you're married, it's a partnership. We share everything. That's my girlfriend.
Okay.
I hear that.
I'm just keeping it
Everything on the
real.
table gets killed. I hear that.
Keeping it real.
It's half.
Of everything.
I couldn't have a girlfriend. I say if my girl having a girlfriend, it's a lot to handle. I could have sex with multiple women, but it's a lot to me to sustain her feelings, her emotions, and we all living in one house. Oh my God, it's a lot for me, so I couldn't do it. I would try to, but I'm gonna be honest. Cause I'm thinking beyond sex. There's a lot of maintenance. There's a lot of grooming. Like
it's different than when you would bring it to the table. But if she's bringing it to the table, it's a different type of participation.
It's more than just sex though, cause she said girlfriend, be in a relationship. Like I said, slinging my dick, that's one thing. But then it's like I gotta listen to you. What if y'all both team up on me? And I'm not even talking about sexually. I'm talking about like an argument wise.
But it doesn't work.
I can't take it.
No argument though.
But it could not work. But would you be with it? We're not talking about if it would work or
Yeah,
not.
would you
Okay,
be with
what
it?
Would you be with it? We ain't talking about down the line. You sound like them like, well, I don't know if it could be a problem.
I would try it. You know what? I treat it like a Hulu subscription.
You would try
for the
it.
first 10 trial, and then after it expires, yes, I'll treat it like a monthly subscription.
Okay,
yeah.
so you
The
would
free
try
trial.
it.
Yeah, the
Bad
free
idea.
trial.
Okay,
I
cool.
would most definitely do it, and I wouldn't mind like doing it in the future. Like I think, just like what you said, it's way bigger than sex. And if she said she wants a girlfriend outside of our relationship, I would want a girlfriend outside of our relationship also. So
okay.
we can work that out if that's what she wants to do. But overall, if it was like a us thing, like I wouldn't mind doing that because like you said, it's bigger than sex. And I think I can handle the emotional, ups and downs of two women versus one. And then the beauty of having two girlfriends, just in my mind, because I never really did it like that, is there's a competitive nature to them where they actually are, in a way, competing with each other. So one is going to look extremely good, and the other one's going to look extremely good. So they're going to kind of like push each other to be in the gym, doing this and doing that, looking good for each other because they're competing with it. Because it's not really for me, in a way, it's the competition. So it'll bring out the competition versus a woman just simply just being lazy, like,
Well, I hope
he
you
gets
date
on my
Venus
nerves.
and Serena. I hope you date some competitive chicks. Because Lord.
Women are competitive.
Rico, the answer.
We have another viewer named Ahmad215. Jada, he's going through a situation. He's asking his girlfriend a lot of questions, as in like, where are you going?
Just leave
what
her.
are you doing?
Just leave
and
her.
His girlfriend basically told him, "You're not my dad. Why are you questioning
Just
me?"
leave her.
Cheating.
Leave her.
He's saying, is he wrong? for
Yes.
doing that?
Now listen to mine. Look into my eyes.
Uh-oh.
If she's acting suspicious right now, something is up. So I just don't know what's going on, but maybe you need to be a little bit detective-y right now because
Or leave it be.
if you gonna leave it be, just leave the situation. Or what? What am I saying wrong now?
You can't have
Everything.
A man isn't a detective.
You be like this?
Sorry, Ahmad, but you gonna have to maybe go through her deleted phone pictures. I don't know. You gotta keep it
Don't
straight.
do that though.
Let her finish. Let her finish. Next.
I do not condone this advice.
Aaron, don't do that, Aaron.
Ahmad215, I'm gonna be real honest with you, my friend. Like, you can't ask me a bunch of questions unless you have. So I'm gonna give you an analogy. So if you sue somebody, you have to have standing so that the court will listen to you when you sue somebody. And so I'm using the word standing because
I like that.
but for standing, you can't question anybody's actions, anybody's locations, what they doing. It's not
circumstantial.
It ain't it ain't for you. I'm sorry. Like if you are unless you're my daddy, my mama, actually my parents can't even question me like that. Unless you have a reason or you are like somehow obligated to me outside of being my boyfriend, you can't be asking me no questions. Like if I volunteer the information or, if you just say, hey, where you going? One question is cool. But you can't bombard me with a whole bunch of assertive ass questions. Like
I agree.
That's just gonna make me like shut down and not even talk to you.
I agree.
I think you have to know your audience.
Now we all gotta answer this.
You have to know your audience. Like, if you want to know where she going, you better take your one question right there. But you can't be asking who you gonna be with, what time y'all coming home, where y'all going, or y'all taking an Uber. That's too many fucking questions.
Leave her. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about a man, right?
You said being a detective.
A man is not going to ever, if a man has to feel that he has to ask his girl a bunch of questions,
It's already too
that's
late.
already a red flag right there.
It's already too late.
Now, when a man does feel that he has to ask these questions and there's pushback on the questions, that's when it's just, I like to say, bad dope. Get rid of it. Don't even use it. Don't keep it. Toss it to the side. It's not meant for you. I honestly don't think that people like that are meant for relationships, because relationships do require questions, and relationships do require reassertiveness and reassurance, and every single aspect, right? So if you feel that you don't know what your girl is doing, and now she's like combative with it, bro, there's a girl that's gonna make your life a lot less stressful out there.
Can I ask you a question,
And
Rico?
I'll even give
You said don't
one.
ask questions.
No.
You said don't ask questions.
No, I'm trying to understand what he's saying. So Rico, when you come in the house, or you know what I'm saying, you about to go and have fun with your friends,
It's gonna be one
do
question.
you want to be bombarded with 100,000 questions?
The difference between
Okay.
No, listen.
No,
what
but
we're
no.
not gonna do is this.
We
This
never
what-
could do that.
This is what we're not gonna do.
Change
We're
the
not going
question.
to move a goalpost. Listen, you don't have to ask me questions. You know why? Because I told you where I was going. I told you what time I was gonna be back, and I told you approximately everything I was doing. There's no need to question me.
What if there's
'cause
more questions?
There's no need to question me because I'm answering your questions before I walk out the door. Before I even leave, hey, look, I'm gonna be out with Esso.
But Rick, listen.
I agree.
Yeah,
I mean,
pour
that's my
SON,
life,
pour
so I
SON.
agree.
But yo, Rico, listen. If he has to come on the live and ask females questions that he don't even know, he already know he has a problem in his home.
And he asking
Get
women
rid
the
of it.
question.
But maybe you don't got no
it's up to
problem.
no, it's up to him.
why he asked the
It's
question.
up to him to decide if he's gonna be disrespected by his girlfriend over and over and over and over and over again.
Facts.
Maybe you like to be disrespected and you get
Damn,
off on
Amon.
it. And
Yeah.
okay, without judgment. I don't care
you
if you
get
like to
off
get
on it.
disrespected. Maybe
Oh,
it keeps you
maybe.
on. But if you want to get disrespected and then you want to feel a certain type of excitement when your girl comes home after she's with a bunch of other dudes, then you got to do that. But
Allegedly.
For one
but-
other
allegedly.
dude.
Oh,
Come on,
baby.
asshole. Not a
One.
bunch of dudes.
Allegedly.
Allegedly,
One
right?
dude.
But he's asking the question. So from men, don't think every man up here thinks that she's out with another man. I'm just the one saying
Even the
it.
women do.
Okay.
I
No, I
said it
don't.
first.
But she's only cheating with one guy.
right, can I say
and
one
not
thing?
all these other dudes.
Yeah, let me
and
say
make
one
it
thing.
short.
Why you asking your girl a lot of questions, right? I don't feel like, no, let me tell you, no, I don't want.
That's
no,
not the question.
Listen, okay, let me
Do your thing, Danny.
Okay.
I got you.
Okay, I don't feel like you should ask your girl a lot of questions because she probably feel like you accusing her when she really not doing anything. And I do that all the time. You need to learn how to trust. There's something that say everything that's in the door comes to light. So if she makes you happy, just be happy for the moment. If she's doing something, it's gonna catch up. Stop worrying about what she's doing, questioning her. And she probably not even doing anything. She really probably be chilling. You guys be insecure and
She's not
you
chilling.
sound a little insecure. She is chilling. You don't know what she's doing. Like you really might put yourself.
You don't know what she's doing.
You about to leave you about to leave your good woman and you don't know what she's doing. You didn't call her doing anything. You don't got no proof. So that means that you can't even take her to court. So chill out and
See,
just
y'all
have
going
fun
off of
and
proof.
take care of your woman. Have fun together. Stop worrying. If she's doing something, I promise she's gonna come to light.
I'm answering the question from Naughty Girl. And she asked the panel, are we into S&M, right?
Rip it.
How do you feel about it?
How I feel about
Rip
it.
it.
I like it.
Let go. Or
Alright.
let's go.
Alright, so I like it. I like inflicting sexual pain. I like to go.
The proper way to go about applying sexual
Consensual.
pain consensually, you have to check in. So I would say there's a conversation before, like, you know, like there are times you can implement safe words, you can
Pineapples.
implement safe word, whatever it is with you. But even if you don't get to the safe word level, I just think it's a conversation of like what kind of sex you're into, what kind of kinks you're into. So let's say the topic is, you know, like he said, what's your pain threshold? You know, a little choking, a little biting, and you go from there. So now when the act is actually happened and you performing that act, let's say it's a little choking, I would say, you know, there's a conversation that needs to be had. The dude needs to be very cognizant, like, oh, I'm choking it too rough. I just feel like while you're doing the act, you should always check in with your partner, have conversation. And I don't mean something long. You be like, you like this? Is this too rough? Is this too hard? Still make it sexy. I'm not saying have a whole like CNN interview, but just like, so it's, let's say after we're done, I do believe, because I like to have conversations sometimes after the deed is done. And I feel like while you in bed or the next day, really have that conversation like, yo, like, you know, what do you think about last night? He said, baby, I love the way you slapped me. I love the way you choked me. Like, and I love the way you bit me, or I love the way you used the clamps on my nipples. Like, you have the conversation either not right after, but let's say after you guys calm down, you have it in that moment or the next day. Listen, for me, I'm a talker, so if I slap a girl in the ass and see a flinch, like, ooh, I'm like, oh, you good? It's good? A little harder? So it's multiple ways to have that conversation. You just gotta pay attention to that woman's body, you know, or ladies, like, you should just be vocal, take a chance, you know, a little harder, or a little slower, or, you know, speed it up, you know, but just have the conversation. You're already having sex, y'all probably unprotected. Look, just go for the gusto, have the conversation.
But let me, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
That's just regular rough sex.
Yeah.
All right. What we're talking about is chains and bondage and all that
whips.
rest of that wild
punching and slapping.
What he's
And
talking
needles in the
about,
dick.
if you're having regular exciting sex, is choking, is slapping.
I've used blindfolds. I've tied. I've tied up.
Whips.
Now when he bought the clamps out, then that's a whole nother level. I ain't never bought no clamps out. You know what I'm saying?
Word, that's all. I'm gonna put you on. I'm gonna give you my code. I'm gonna give you my code.
I'm not with all the chains and the whips and all the crazy stuff, the regular biting, smacking the ass, and you know what I'm saying, and licking your face, spitting your mouth and all that. I'm with all of that wild shit. But the chains and the bondage and everything, I can't.
You don't do the biting?
Biting is not on that level. Biting is regular.
That's regular.
When there's bleeding involved, I'm sorry.
That nigga bit my lip
I got a little
one
too dark.
time.
I got a little too dark. I got a little too dark.
I'm just saying that when you go that far with the cutting and the chains and the whipping for real, it ain't like what he's saying with a belt. I mean, you getting whipped for real, like you was slave.
Like your mama did.
What you mean? What you mean cutting?
You can get, when they go that far,
With a
they
knife.
can
With
they
a
can
knife?
take knives and they can slice you a little bit. They into all that different
And
type
seen
of
the
plane.
blood drip out?
And they'll see the blood drip out.
Yo,
They'll
seen
suck the
the
blood
drop-
out. They be going
Yeah.
real far
That's
with that.
sex.
I'm not into like seeing blood. Like, do I want to choke you till you like, well, hold on, Aaron? You like, yeah, like,
Hold on, Aaron. Your hands is mad little. What you choking?
I think the same manner in which a man like, thank you, Naisha.
Wow,
the same
Naisha.
manner in which a man chokes a woman, I think is how a woman does it the same. Like if you're a man that got hair, like if Rico right here, he has hair,
pull it.
I would literally like wrap this around my hand if I was, my husband doesn't have hair, but I'm just saying, like,
No more.
if it comes to like somebody with like hair, like I'm pulling hair, I'm choking, like, as a woman.
Break the taboo. Go ahead, keep going.
Like I'm literally talking to you like you my little slut. Like real talk. Like that's what's gonna turn me on. Like,
And me too.
Go ahead, Aaron. I like this side of you, Miss Campbell. All right. I like that. All right.
I don't know, cause like real talk, like in the moment, you just be so. Even if you're drinking or whatever, like it might be something involved, like mind altering or whatever. But like when you in the moment, like you just kind of do whatever. If the person doesn't flinch and they don't tell you to stop.
Thank you.
It means
That's
it
when you
means
keep
keep going.
going.
You know, so it's like if I choke you and you okay with it, you know.
I'm gonna keep choking you.
Right.
You better hope she alive. Check for the post. Check for the post
Give me a
first.
piece of paper and say yes or no. Do you want it?
So
So we gotta go to Danny. Cameras to Danny.
I'm gonna talk to you like my.
I'm not gonna sit there and cap. I'm not really into pain.
What?
Listen, can I?
The nails.
No, I'm more to like, I would like pinch your nipples real hard, or like bite you. I'm a biter. I'ma bite you, like
that
I would, I bite really good.
I hate that
there's a
shit.
certain
I
way
bite
you bite.
I bite
It's
really
really
good.
good. I'm just into like more like, but I'm not into hitting and stuff like that. I'm really not. I'm not. I'm more into like sucking dick and stuff. That's it.
Cheers. No biting there. Cheers.
It depends on the person, because sometimes I like, real sexual, sensual sex, but when you meet somebody that got you sitting on their face, right? And right when the nose go into the hole and you just, they can't,
Yeah. Oh,
They can't.
I thought it was show and tell. I thought it was show and tell.
You know, like next thing you know, you on a roller coaster. You just, yeah, you know, they can't breathe and it's just fun. You know, then that's when you like being in control. A lot of times the woman is not in control. I mean, I don't know if that's always, but in my situation, I'm not always in control. So when I finally get to be in control, and I might slap the shit out you real quick or something like that.
Like I'll get kinky or whatever, but overall, like I've never been choked by a woman or nothing like that. I'll pull hair, things like that. But as far as the whips and all that stuff, I ain't went there before, and it
Are
might
you
be
against
fun.
it?
No, I'm not against it.
Okay.
I haven't necessarily went to the whips and none of that stuff, but I'm open to it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm more of a pain giver than a pain receiver. Ain't nobody whipping me. But
You know what I mean? One time. Go ahead, do it.
I don't know, maybe like don't do it too hard, like go. But other than that, nah, I'm good on that.
So VTC, I'm assuming you're asking, you've been with this person for a while. How long? Oh my God. I think it just goes based on the conversation, the comfortability. At the end of the day, there's no always a time frame because you can wait a year, 2 years, 6 months, whatever. I just think it comes from comfortability and conversation. So it really depends on the individual, to be honest, because in my experiences, my personal journey, there are times where, yeah, I took a chance, and I'm not saying it's the best, but it was a unspoken comfortability. Then there were versions where we did speak about like, hey, I just got tested. Are you gonna get tested? You know, because we both don't like condoms, and we went and proceeded to go unprotected after we got results. So I just really think it just depends, but a conversation should be had. I do not think there's a time frame. I think it's more so about comfortability within the couple and maturity.
One of the things that a condom helps or protection helps is you from getting pregnant. So oral, that's one of the things, because a lot of times as young people, you know, when I was young, the girl will let me do that, or she'll do that on me, but she didn't want to have sex because the main thing she's thinking, like, I don't want to end up pregnant. So diseases are one thing, and that's a bad thing, but the biggest, well, I ain't gonna say it's biggest, but one of the other sides that is equally as big is having a child young, out of wedlock, and all this other stuff. So that is a difference, and I think one is actually more important than the other, because one is diseases and a baby by somebody that you don't want to be with or don't want to be with you, and the other one is a disease. So one is kind of like double worse, so I think there's a difference.
Yeah. I like your answer.
Yeah. I don't know.
But if I eat your box, I'm definitely not using a condom.
But my whole thing is, I never thought you could get any diseases from your mouth when
Yes, you
giving
can.
head.
Yeah, right over here.
You can.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care how hard it is. I'm not giving head with a condom on. I don't think it doesn't make sense to me.
Danny should be
Like,
president.
No, I don't think it makes sense. Why the fuck I'm looking like giving head with a condom on? Like,
I'm not using no female condom.
Thing
I
is
never
so
used that.
trash. I never use that. I let the men use the condom. I never bought a condom in my life. The men always bought it into the bedroom, and I don't use condom while giving head. I don't believe women should use condom while they're giving head, but that's just me though. Don't listen to me. But like that thing tastes fucking like a last.
But I'm gonna keep talking.
But she's talking.
I'm just saying. I'm sorry.
Danny, I love Danny.
Do I want to feel needed or wanted in the marriage? I want to feel wanted in relationships and in marriage. I don't ever want to feel needed, because me personally, Rico, when I feel that I am now needed, I don't like that obligation that it's a necessity. And that's just my personal thing, because I also feel like other different types of expectations and entitlements come with needs and necessities. Now, when you want me, you desire me. So you treat me different when you desire me versus when you need me, right? If I decide to leave because I have to go travel for work, but you need me, you might be blowing my phone up every single second on my schedule. But if you want me, this is an analogy, by the way. If you want me, the desire is still gonna allow you to support me, you know, check in with me, and still like be able to ease off. That need thing is crazy, especially when y'all break up, and you be like, I can't live without you. I don't like that. So then you start, you know, making involuntary self-threats. I'm gonna say when you need somebody, and I don't want that. You know?
It sounds very personal.
When you need me, see, like people don't look. Need is a necessity. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. You need air. If you don't have air, you die. So when you need,
I want air.
yeah, but I want air.
Aaron, you are a masochist.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, Aaron. You go ahead.
Okay, so Cool Breeze Kevo. As a woman, I'm gonna say I'd rather be wanted and desired versus needed. Only because when you need somebody, you're gonna put up with their bullshit but for them being there, you can't survive, whether it's financially, whether you're like emotionally dependent on them, whether, you know, you're just like physically dependent on them. But when there's a want and a desire, you are making an active decision to be in that relationship, to deal with that person, to accept their shortcomings, to accept the good, bad, or indifferent. So I would just prefer that I am wanted versus needed. In real talk, wanted versus needed. I'm not even gonna go.
So I'm gonna actually say wanted as well. It's the first time I think we all said the same thing, but wanted for me in a marriage, because the first thing that you gotta deal with, I always say this, you deal with love. Love to me is not something that is a need. It's always wanted. It's always reciprocal. It's what you feel when you're with this person. So if I'm feeling love, I don't need you, I want you. And if you want me to be there, then I'm always gonna be there. If there's a need, that's always subjective to me. Because what do you need from me? Am I always gonna be able to give you what you think that you need? If you already love me and we love each other, we already have what we want and what we need.
The only thing I want before you jump in, I just want to say one quick thing, right?
You're always trying to say one little quick thing.
Whatever. We all do it at this point. One quick thing that I'm gonna say is thinking about it. With me, I do know that if you need me, I can trust you more. What? I can trust somebody that needs me more than I can trust somebody that wants me.
It makes sense.
To me, need and want go hand in hand. To me, when it comes to the dynamic with a woman and a man. So to me, the want is like the engine and the need is like the transmission, right? You need to have both, especially to a man. I know Hondo just said one thing, but at the end of the day, men, and I can't speak for everybody, but men need to be needed, because sometimes, you know, women go run around talking about, I don't need no man and I don't need this, I make my own money. And next thing you know, what does the guy say all the time? Well, what do you need me for, right? So we need to be needed, you know? But yeah, the whole thing is, as a man, just me in particular, I need to be needed, and I want to be wanted all at the same time. So to me, it's like the engine and the transmission.
Poetic.
Preach, brother.
What about the carburetor?
Wow, really?
What about the brakes?
Wow.
No carburetor. That's how you young.
Wait, what's a carburetor?
Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us. It's been an amazing season, an amazing episode. We did a special episode for the guests. We wanted y'all to come on our live, ask us questions directly, get our real life, non-judgmental, crazy ass opinions. We want to say big shout out to our guest, Mr. Let Go. Y'all make sure y'all like, subscribe, check him out. He has great content. And while you're doing that, don't forget to like, subscribe, pray for us, send a Cash App, all of that stuff for 8 at the Table. We really love y'all and we appreciate it. And my boy Rico has like 3 words to say.
It's 4. You know the vibes. Wait, that's 3.
That's
4. There we go. 4 words. You know the vibes.
We love y'all.